Hello lovelies, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. You know how it goes. If you like this video, I'm sitting at the beach and something came through that I wanted to share with you. Something happened to me a couple of months ago down here at the beach, and it affected me greatly, and I wanted to share because I've seen now 2 months on how it's become the analogy of life really, and how it's affected me, and it was quite profound what spirit was showing me. So I wanted to jump on here for this quick video. So I'm all a bit natural. I could be wearing the glasses to cover, no makeup, sorry, but not sorry. I think it's nice to have that eye contact with my viewers. So those that follow me know that the sun is my favorite thing too. But the beach is my favorite spot, definitely one of my favorite spots. And 2 months ago I was down the beach and I was severely verbally abused, very frightening actually it was, randomly by a random stranger, a man who didn't know me and I didn't know him, and I was on the beach on my own, and I've never been confronted with that before. I'm currently in my winter where I am, and I'm currently staying opposite the beach, so it's been my favorite spot. I've got this sacred spot that I just go across to the beach, and it's sitting on the sand. It's open, you know, it's not in the trees or anything. And I would still rug up and go across there because even when the winter sun's out, I love it, like today, and I just feel so connected when I look at the water, and I feel the energy, and I really connect with the energy of it. And I know for me, I can just, as soon as I reach the water's edge, I'm like, you know, I go into a different realm. So I call it, you know, one of my sacred places. And but of course this time of year, you know, it's a beachside suburb, and there's no tourists around, there's not many people around, like it's packed, you know, through summertime, and you're struggling to get on the sand. But at this time of year it's not so, but it's always been quite safe, and I've never ever felt being there on my own was, you know, I was never worried about it. So this particular day I was there, and this person, there was nobody on the beach, nobody, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this person is walking towards me, and I could see a fair way down, and it's like they appeared. Anyway, and I just thought nothing of it. I just thought they'll walk past me. And as they got closer, they were still a little distance away. He like had a hoodie, and he had it up, and he had glasses on, and backpack and all the rest of it. And he just was, as he was coming towards me, he was just screaming abuse. And I thought he was on the phone to somebody. And as he got closer, I could see he wasn't on the phone to anybody, and he was talking to me. Like, I looked around, there was no one else around, and anyway, he's coming closer, and I can't even repeat the abuse that he, and the swear words, and what he called me, and all the names under the sun. So it was really out of the blue, and it shook me up. And so when I turned around and I looked at him directly into his face, he said a couple more abusive words, and then he stopped and he turned around and he went a different way. So maybe he thought I was somebody else from behind, or maybe he was just, I don't know, somebody that has mental wellness issues, and didn't like women, or whatever it is. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is, it shook me up for a long time. And the next day I tried to go back to my spot on the beach, and I just couldn't bring myself to go there. You know, it put a fear in me, and then I was looking around everywhere, and I tried probably then a week after, and then a week after that. So I tried several times, a bit like, you know, you get back on the bike, you know, you fall off and you get back on. And so I was forcing myself to do that because the beach is my place. I love it, and I'm like, I want to go back there. I'm not going to let some random a-hole, you know, with issues just force me to not be connecting, you know, there. So I tried a few different places, and I always felt that I needed to really try and go back there. So today, I let it go, and since then I've just been going in the car to the beach at different other places and stuff like that where there's been people. So today the sun was shining beautifully, and I thought, I'm going to cross the road and I'm going to go back there. And I went back to the spot, and there was no one around. I could hear a dog barking in the distance, like way up the beach, and I could just in the distance see a dog and someone up there. And there was no one around, and I didn't feel afraid. I felt okay. But I stood on the edge there of the water, and I got some really profound messages from Spirit. And what I realized at the end of that was that, like, we live in a world where things happen, right? Shit happens. And people are at different consciousness levels, and they're not always going to treat you with respect, or they're going to do random shit, right? Random stuff that's going to affect you for their own reasons. And what really upset me and annoyed me is that he fucked with my, and excuse me, I'm just going to say that, he fucked with my sacred spot, right? And I kept saying this to Spirit. I'm forcing myself to go back there because I don't want him to take that away from me. I don't want, that's my spot. And that's where, you know, why am I letting a male come in and take that from me? And even if it was a female, anybody come in. And what I was hearing is that sometimes you just have to move on to a different spot. And it's like life. Something happens to us, and it's pushing us to move on elsewhere. And I had also thought that maybe that happened to me that day because an even like greater, worse thing was going to happen to me later on. So maybe that happened because there could be another day I was going to be there alone, and then maybe I would have been physically abused, or some other random person. Do you know what I'm saying? We never know. We think that that's a terrible thing that happened, but and it shakes us up. But maybe Spirit's bringing that person so randomly, like who was just there randomly that popped up, because maybe something worse is going to happen, and you're avoiding that. Spirit's helping to avoid that, right? And maybe I was just meant to change place, change to a different energy. And so I realized today that going back there, and I didn't feel fear, and there was no one around, and I just soaked up the sun, but it wasn't the same. So I thought, do I continue to just be annoyed and upset that it's not the same and someone took that from me? Or do I see a higher perspective and think it's okay? There's plenty of spots on the beach, right? There's plenty of areas I can go to, and maybe that time was up there, and maybe I need to move elsewhere. And that's a bit like it with life, with people, right? We try to fit that round peg in a square hole. We try to stay in our comfort zone. We try to stay in our sacred space of where we just keep doing the same thing. But maybe it's Spirit showing you it's time to move on to something new. And if what's meant for you is meant for you, it will come back around to you, right? So I'm obviously just talking about a space here on the beach, but I'm now using this as an analogy of life. So we need to let go of those situations and people and whatever anymore, and not keep trying to make them fit, right? Not keep thinking we've got to push through it, because maybe it's okay to just move elsewhere, to move on in a different direction, to let that go because it doesn't serve you anymore, whatever it is. All right. And now I'm obviously talking about bigger things, whether it's a relationship you have with a partner or a family member or a friend or a job, whatever it is, maybe it just doesn't fit anymore and it's time to move on. And, over these last couple of months, at the time that happened, I also started going through some really horrible family trauma. And a lot of stuff was coming up for me, and I've had to let go of a lot of stuff. I've been heartbroken in so many ways. But I'm not saying this from a victim mentality or anything. I've had to look at it and go through it and feel the emotions and release that. And what I realized, these last couple of months, what I've realized is it's helped me to move in a direction more for myself and my own path. It's helped me to step back and not always be there for family, and not always be there for other people, not always try and fix it and jump in and, have to fix it. And also not always do what other people will ask you to do, or if somebody is spinning out of control with their own fear and they're, putting a lot of demands on you and things like that, it's to not just jump in and do it and oblige. It's to stand back, because I'm saying this because I've had all these situations over the last couple of months. It's to stand back and to finally go, actually, no, I'll do it in my time. I'll look at the situation, yes, or whatever, but it's not on your time. It's not in your control, and these are pivotal of the energies at the moment that are coming in for everybody, no matter what situation we have. So I wanted to share my little story of what happened at the beach, and I've resigned to the fact today that I probably won't feel comfortable going back there alone, and that's okay, because it happened for a reason. And it's there's other places that I can go to, and I feel that maybe I was done with that energy and it's time to move on, because you know what, we can stay in situations just because we do it every day, or we think it works okay, whereas there's a bigger picture. So whatever you've got going on in your life at the moment, that is just okay, but you're feeling in that, you're not uplifting, you're not ascending, you're not evolving, you're just in that, okay, doing the same thing day in, day out, weekend in, weekend out, whatever it is. And you might be enjoying it and thinking, yeah, that's like, I was enjoying the beach. That was my place. It doesn't mean that I can't go to the beach, right? But it's a different spot. It doesn't mean that I'm not still going to sit on the sand and let the sun come on my face and do my meditation and energy work. But what it does mean is that that spot is not for me anymore. Okay, so it's somewhere different. And that is what you might be feeling, that it's what is really serving you at a deeper level. And what is Spirit trying to show you? There could be other reasons, like I said, why I wasn't meant to be there, but whatever it is, they show you in different ways for a reason. So have a look at what's going on around you at the moment too, and if things are coming up, signs are coming up, if you're feeling things from your heart that just don't really align, but you're still going along with it, have a think, because these energies, and especially going into these huge, powerful energies, continuing through to August and the end of the year, there's still a lot of changes happening. And so I just wanted to share that with you all. Thank you so much for listening, and sending you all love. And I really am sending you all lots of love and hugs and just compassion and nurturing. Life's tough at the moment, and you know, but we need to feel it, not just ignore it and put a smile on our face. We have to go in and also, you know, that's what's happening. That's why the universe is bringing up these energies. That's why things are happening, for us to face it and change our life and change the direction and do things differently, and go into our heart and listen to our soul and what it's really telling us and where it's really guiding us, and not tuning off with the ego and going, oh, I don't want to do that though, I'm going to forget that. It's like right in our face, and we're manifesting so quick at the moment, really quick. So be very mindful of your words and what you put out there as well, because it's manifesting really fast. Okay. Sending you love. Take care. Bye.